Welcome back to the table, Ring of Contrarians. Last time, after grilling Miles for info on the guard, Byrdi enlists Syphos and Dio to help her concoct a disguise to help them sneak into her hometown. They take a ferry across the river and head straight into the desert, camping in a small valley. That night, the dragonborn that Syphos had tricked into not buying Byrdi ambushes their camp with slave ogres and guard drakes and hired mercenaries. It seems they severely underestimated the people that they were attacking, though, and our party was able to finish their long-awaited rest. Take it away, Dean.
Oh. After returning back into the tent to sleep, after witnessing a woman being pummeled to death by magic missile for a little too long.
I just want to clarify something with everybody. That was a mistake. I did not mean to.
No, own it, Dio. Own it.
No, that was all.
It.
Did you see what I saw? I was horrified.
Did you see what happened last night? Everybody was brutal. Own it.
What were they after again?
Us. Well, me.
Oh.
Well, technically it was you and Leofin.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did y'all do exactly?
That's the guy that was trying to buy Byrdi.
Oh, well then fuck him.
Yeah. I wasn't worried.
Those are mercenaries.
They knew things.
It's
hazard pay. There's no such thing.
Hazard pay. They knew what they were getting to. Still, though, that felt very brutal. That was only supposed to be four shots or 3 shots of magic missile.
That looked like at least 100.
Minimum.
That was...
It was pretty cool looking, though. I'll give it that.
Oh, 100%. It was insanity.
That could have gone a lot worse, though.
Oh.
Remember that time I'll hit Chill with magic missile?
No.
I would totally be okay, though.
Oh, right. You'd be fine.
I don't. I wasn't in that one.
Oh, were you not?
No, I was outside.
Oh, right.
I
Who
was
did you hit with magic missiles?
Everybody.
It was...
We were in that one town with the dolls or something, going to a place.
I hit friend and foe.
You weren't in the right state of mind.
Oh. Yeah, that could be it. Either that or it just didn't hurt.
Oh no, it definitely hurt from where I was standing.
Magic missile doesn't miss.
As the party talks about the shenanigans that happened last night, y'all prepare for the next day and eventually set off before about 10. Get a good breakfast and start heading off to Houpetor Springs, the next and only destination.
Damn straight.
Until you're ambushed again.
Who is going to be doing the lookout?
Who else is joining me? That's the real question.
No.
I think it's going to be me.
It's like, who else is joining?
Let the elf
Every
do
time
it.
those two are paired, though,
Okay, listen.
something terrible usually happens.
It happened once.
Like twice!
What was the other time? I remember the goat, but, I mean...
Wasn't it you two with the bow and us?
No, that was me.
Oh.
So,
And listen, that wasn't our fault. That was the... I
With
blame
octopus thing.
whatever his face was.
Still. I have very little face ever since then. No. Random girl. Wasn't that also you two?
The ghost?
Oh, the little girl, that doesn't count!
Oh yeah, the ghost. That was.
That doesn't count!
Another incident where those two on watch together and something crazy
He
happened.
was asleep. I was by myself. All of you went to sleep because y'all were tired.
Hi, I need sleep.
Kyle,
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Syphos,
sorry, I
You're
made-
perpetually tired.
I'm sorry if I was a little
Tiring?
bit tired.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. You know, I just make everybody their own houses. Of course I was tired and wanted to go to bed.
He makes one house and he decides,
No!
oh, I'm the house.
He made a bunch of igloos.
I made a bunch
what
of
I'm saying.
igloos.
He
It
makes,
wasn't just
he makes
one house.
So am I taking watch then?
Of course, it's
Okay.
going to be you and me.
Ungrateful, scaly prick.
Just let me know when we
I
get
made that
within...
especially for you.
Just let me know when we get within sight of town. We don't want to go in without, taking a look around first.
All right. We'll
I was going in guns blazing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably
No
not
gun.
a good idea.
Don't know what a gun is.
All right, so
Going out magic missile blaze,
Yes.
give me a perception check,
and I'm helping.
and you're helping take advantage.
Nice.
So 19 plus 6.
45.
Okay.
20.
As your group travels, you see a few wildlife, a few birds flying overhead, and really odd, like, rodent creature with a thick hide. I don't know what that one is, but it kind of bowls up into a ball whenever y'all pass by it.
Oh,
Weird.
interesting.
About 3 miles out, you see a bit of an odd thing off into the distance. Kind of like a greenish shard coming out of the ground. You can't really make it out from this distance. As you get closer and closer, you can also start to see the makings of a town almost kind of rise up out of the horizon as you're coming closer towards it. The rest of this ground is pretty much just like flat land. Really like compact, cracked dirt in most places. You can see the Houpetor Springs coming into view. And what looked like a green shard is definitely coming from one of the structures that is quite a bit larger and more uniform. And as you get closer, you can see that it is a wall next to a bunch of buildings, and the shard that is coming out from atop of it looks kind of a lot like a rift.
I'm gonna pull up the curtain.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well,
So
they've opened a rift at Houpetor Springs.
Who's ready to close it?
Not you.
Hi. Well,
You don't have an amulet anymore.
well, that's fine. I'll just steal one of y'all. Nick it. It's mine. Not you, obviously. Either.
Why don't you have an amulet?
He gave it to I.
It's I.
Who's I?
The little
kobold?
kobold
Back in.
the blind cobalt.
who had
I wasn't
the...
here. I wasn't around.
You remember? It was like the.
Right as we defeated the demons?
It was like the fourth session after.
Yeah, I wasn't around.
Yeah, I don't think she was there for that.
Why would you give it away?
Because he was like, "Hey, I got something shiny for you. Here's this amulet."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To show them the way out.
Yes. We
I
did
was-
not...
paying.
I was like, "Oh,
We
pick
did not
another
do the
necklace
way.
or something." No.
Could've
Let
totally
Byrdi
given them
make
something
one.
else.
She's got a bunch of shiny shit. She can make one with
I have an extra amulet.
I know. I literally was just staring, just
Not
like.
like a Rifter's Eye amulet, but
I
I have
mean-
another extra amulet.
If o-
Yeah.
I mean, this is just
Hey.
something we can say, but if only we had a box that we could request, I don't know, 2 more amulets, but unfortunately, such an object does not exist within our party.
Yeah, but they're going to be like, you're on vacation. Why are you requesting amulets? Why did you lose your amulets? Banned.
Banned. What are you talking about?
I mean,
He didn't get banned.
there'd be some kind of repercussion, probably.
Oh,
I-
boo-hoo, like, Dio's gonna care.
I got told I wasn't allowed an amulet. That's why I took Kinase.
Yeah.
Took Kinase.
He turned his into a gaudy mess that almost destroyed
I'll
the
just say
Rifter's
a thief
eye, so
nicked it
no,
off me.
he doesn't get an amulet.
But well, I
Alright.
have one again.
Back into the conversation, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly changes things. A little bit.
Or a lot, but...
Oh, right. What's our MO here?
Well,
Actually, that is a good
That's
question.
actually a very good question.
Hi, I was thinking, obviously, you'll be in charge, because you have the sword, and we'll be your mercenary group? I don't know.
Yes, we look so intimidating as a mercenary group.
I mean, we have a dragonborn that can light people on fire. A person who can turn into a rhino. Another dragonborn that can shove their fists through people's ass.
With that, just kind of a cockeyed, just like,
And
I
we
don't know if
have,
that's his skill,
we
but
have an half-orc with a warhammer. I might not be intimidating, but I can fix that.
So what are you going to be?
Me, but with a scar.
I mean, we can give you a scar. We can give you a scar, and I start preparing an Eldritch Blast.
Hey!
Just...
The hell's wrong with you? Was lighting me on fire once not enough?
This
Yeah,
isn't fire.
I mean that's wasteful, Syphos. Why don't you try, the dagger that you haven't used yet?
You're only supposed to be acting this
I don't
way.
use that. Every single time I use a dagger, it gets taken.
That's true. And it is such a nice dagger.
I look
It looks
over
so good on you.
at Kaine, just...
So,
Don't look
all
at
the
me,
rest
bub.
of you looking... Oh, I'm sorry, Kaine.
Oh, it's the voice of God.
All the rest of you might look intimidating. Maybe not so much me. I could fix that, though. And I know how to change my voice, unlike the rest of you.
Right. So,
I'm a professional.
But here is the real question. Byrdi, what are we going to do when we get in there?
well, seeing the rift, it's a fucking huge rift. Oh, shit. I think we need to gather information before we make a real plan. And it might be better if we went in smaller groups rather than as in one big party.
Would you want me to just, I could turn into a bird and fly over there and see what I can hear and see. Just find a perch somewhere.
Have you ever seen a goshawk?
In fact, a goshawk is one of the birds you saw flying above you on your way here.
Oh yeah, I saw that on our way over here.
Great.
I need to pull that up.
It's native, so it wouldn't draw that much attention.
How big are these birds?
Goshawks? They're about the size of a chicken, but they're hawks. They're predatory birds. You could do that. You could do a pangolin. You could...
Penguin?
No, a pangolin. You've never... We saw one earlier. It was off the side of the car. It rolled up into a cute little ball.
In Halfling and Dio. She definitely said penguin.
I think she said penguin, too.
What's a penguin?
Doesn't halfling.
Hi.
No, she asked me. A penguin?
Not quite sure, actually.
It's a small bird-like thing that doesn't fly.
They're actually quite hilarious
So it's
to
a-
watch.
So it's a chicken.
Oh,
Kind of.
I was just thinking of just something a little on the smaller side, not to draw too much attention.
Okay.
And just fly up there.
All right.
Take a look around real quick and then come back.
All right. That sounds good.
That's
But, I mean, it wouldn't be too unusual for you to have your own personal entourage, right?
Well, we haven't seen any of the guard personally, so I can't say that for sure.
Fair enough. I guess you'll just have to take Syphos with you. You know how to be cruel.
That and,
I'll allow it just this once.
I meant that as a compliment.
if the Fire Genasi are working together with the orcs and Vola walks in,
We may have a bad time.
we may have an even worse time than normal.
I don't have any orcish features as I touch my teeth.
Hi, it's not.
As she plays with her tusks. It's like,
Hi, there might be something worse with. I mean, what if we run into an actual orc and they figure out she has a human side,
That's the point.
or didn't make it sound like.
I don't look human as I touch my very fair complected skin compared to other orcs.
I mean, I could always touch her up and make her look more orcish.
Problem is, I don't have a title. It's kind of odd.
Hi, just make up one.
That's not that.
Just for the.
Respectful.
It's just for the sake of the mission.
That's not okay.
okay,
I'm hurt.
I understand respecting your heritage, but it might be better to go with it just for credit.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's not okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hi, but it's just for the sake of the mission. Don't think anything of it. In fact, instead of you saying it, I could be a traveling minstrel introducing you to the world, and I can give you a title.
I don't know how much better that's going to
I'm
be.
pretty sure that's not
I
how it
don't like
works.
that idea.
You always
Even kind of think that's a bad idea.
all of you always knock my ideas, but they're good ones.
We're not
I
going to
don't know
deny.
about that one, Chief.
We're not going to say they're bad ideas. They're just
I mean,
little
getting
eccentric.
Clive was a good idea.
Aye, exactly.
I don't know about that yet.
Learning Dwarvish, good idea. Teaching someone who isn't halfling the halfling language, probably bad. My parents will probably be a little upset with that. No offense, darling, but you weren't supposed to hear that, any of it. Alright, anyway, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, let's see if it would be acceptable for me to be an orc in this city first. So, further point, Leofin just has to go. Like, bottom line, that we're not getting anywhere without this, so.
Alright, what are you turning into again?
A
I
bird.
think we agreed on a goshawk.
Ah.
Those birds I just saw earlier.
Gossifin. Got it.
Yeah.
How long
Gentlemen.
can you be this bird thing?
About 4 hours. 8 if I really needed to.
Leohawk?
Let's
No.
try for 4, and if you can't veer any information, then we'll go for 8. But let's try not to burn the candle too deep.
Okay.
We'll park it here, actually. And Byrdi starts surveying. There's used to be like a little dugout hill. When she was a kid,
Okay.
she used to go hide behind, and play behind outside of town. Is it still there?
You look in the area that you knew where it was. It has worn away quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's still a little coverage, but not as near as much as you remember. Maybe it's just because you're taller now.
It's probably a little bit of both, actually.
Yeah.
But it's better than no cover. So I'm gonna circle us up there.
Okay. So as you head off into that direction, you can feel the wind blowing against you. Nice and cool, actually, in this part of the region. It's probably around 70 degrees today, with a high of 75. But it is gonna get pretty damn cold at night, so prepare for that.
Alright.
And then, as y'all are getting settled into this little dugout, Leofin prepares for
takeoff.
infiltration.
Yeah. 60 feet flying. How far away are we?
Y'all are, we'll say, about a mile and a half after traveling to this dugout spot.
It'll take you less than 10 minutes
Yeah.
Yeah.
to travel that far flying.
Cool.
Take your time.
And that's if you're going slow.
Take your time. Try.
So it'll take you about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So, what exactly are you doing flying around?
So I would circle around first, trying to see just what kind of inhabitants and stuff is going on down in the town.
Okay.
And that's what I would do first.
All right, so as you fly off and begin to circle around the area, you do see Houpetor Springs as it is today. And the town itself, you're not sure what it looked like before, but you can see signs here and there of what could have been a fight long ago that hasn't been fully recovered from. Some buildings on the outermost section are completely crumbled in, and the sandstone that they were made out of being repurposed for this very adequate wall for this fort that has several buildings within itself. Many walls, a very large rift, and give me a perception check on that.
Hawks have advantage on visual checks.
Good to know.
Ka!
Caw! Hawk noises.
Oh my
gosh. Natural 20 plus 6.
Okay. So as you're looking at this, the rift, it is behaving far different than ones that you have seen before. You can see that normal rift has this erratic, pulsating form to it. And this one, looks more uniform. It's a more rhythmic pulse that you can see ripple from the center of the rift out into the tendrils. You do see a circle of stones with scribing written on them surrounding the rift, and a slight bit of glow on them. The look of this rift is a lot like the one that Malachi would open up in the Rifter's Eye. And you can, from that experience, you can assume that this is a stable rift that has been, that is probably being used for something.
Okay. And I'm guessing the position of the rift is what, in like the center of the courtyard and in the inner of the fortress?
It is not on the inner portion of the fortress. If you want, I can show you. You have a bird's eye view of the fucking map, so I will show you the fortress map.
But they were basically like cannibalizing the town to build up on the fortress.
They have used portions of
it, yeah.
the town to help build up the wall.
Oh, okay. This is a pretty... Okay, I see.
And that green mess right there is the rift. You also note that several of the towers along the wall have sizable black spheres sitting atop them.
Oh.
Very familiar spheres of darkness.
Did I see any people in the town?
There are some people walking around the town.
Like, they look like civilians?
Here and there, there is a combination of people that are dressed in more bedraggled wares that are doing menial chores around the town itself, and some that are doing some as well in the fortress. And there are also a good mixture of fire genocide walking the streets, and so it's probably is about 2/4 Dragonborn, which are the majority of the ones walking the street, bedraggled clothing and whatnot. 1/4 fire genasi and another 4th orc.
Mm-hmm. I guess after surveying for enough to get all this information, I would fly down to somewhere in the town that's got a decent perch, and I would sit there for a bit and see if I could get an idea of how many people were in the town. And then I would fly over to circle a bit, fly back down, find another perch somewhere up on the ramparts in the fortress, see if I can get a general estimation of how many troops are in the fortress, and maybe if I'm somehow close enough, or if they even speak common, if I can understand anything that they're saying.
Okay. This is going to essentially be 3 checks.
Yeah.
I need 2 investigation checks, 1 for each place on counting.
Okay. Yeah, nice +1. So we'll go for the town first. That's a 16 + 1 is 17.
17? Okay. Trying to count as many people without recounting them in the town. You do count a total of around maybe 80 people.
Okay. 14 + 1, 15.
Okay. Flying over into the fortress and perching upon one of the towers. There's a little bit of actually be perching on the wall next to one of the towers. You can see that there's probably around in the fortress itself where you can see probably a good 60 people, maybe. There are quite a few of the orcs that y'all had faced in Thunder Tower walking the walls itself, and you can see them walking into the spheres, and sometimes you can see another the same one walking out like they're walking a patrol, and at other times you can see one walk into the sphere and another one come out and head back the way that one had come. Getting the idea that they are actually posting guards in these spheres.
And I wasn't able really to... You said 3 checks. Was the other one for trying to overhear anything?
Yes, for overhearing, give me a insight check.
5 plus 3. 8.
5 plus 3. So, you fly over and you can see a few of people talking over by one of the wells as they are pulling up some water. And as you land atop of the well, you find that they are a few orcs, one with the very long claws coming out of its hands, and 2 others that look fairly normal. They are all speaking orc. You have no clue what they're saying.
That sounds about right. I don't know what I expected. Alright, I guess on my way out I would try and see where the entrance to the fort is and then the main entrance to the town, and see if at least the town, if they have any guards around going into the town, and then how that kind of connects to the fortress, if there's the entrances in the town or the other side of the fortress.
Okay. So, as you're flying around, you do see 3 gatehouses for the fortress itself. One on the east side and 2 on the west. The westernmost... I'm getting that backwards. 1 on the west. My dyslexia kicking in. 1 on the west, 2 on the east. The easternmost gate buds up right against the town for the most part, while the lower eastern gate doesn't really connect with the town. It's a couple of houses kind of are around it, but it mostly looks like a spot for maybe someone coming up from Jakar to enter. And the easternmost gate looks like it is a gate that points more towards probably a seer.
Alright. Well, I will head back to the party.
Okay. And also there were no real fortifications around Houpetor Springs itself.
Okay.
It looked like any walls that were built around it had been repurposed.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright. Head back.
Okay. As you fly back to the party, this whole endeavor took you probably around 3 hours to do.
Oh,
getting the proper positions and whatnot, and the counting took for fucking ever. So, you land amongst the party.
And I shapeshift back into Leaf.
Look, he's not dead.
So.
Well, I lost that bet.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you were a bird. You could have taken the advantage to do bird things. Did you poop on one of the guards?
So, when I was flying...
You lost that bet.
Really, guys? All right, so
That's
Okay.
disappointing.
I figured one of them was just gonna start taking pot shots at you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's not. I mean, it wouldn't be abnormal for kids to try to shoot down birds.
I mean, I would have taken the chance to try to poop on one of the guards. Because I'm a bird. What the fuck are they going to do?
Shoot you down!
Oh, fair enough, I guess.
It's okay.
trying to be incognito.
Oh, a bird pooped. There's something strange with that bird.
And he's not wrong, but I understand why you didn't. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
In other news, water wet.
So,
How many?
well, in the town, it looked like there was at least about 80 people there. In the fortress, it looked at least 60 or so. A mixture of orcs and fire genasi. The town looks like some of the buildings and definitely the walls have been repurposed for the fort, which is pretty substantial. They have, you know, those black spheres that we found in the tower? They have those set up along the walls, and they have guards walking through them. Patrolling.
Oh, there are guards in them then.
Yeah.
Aye, nothing a little magic missile can't fix.
And then,
But you need to be able to see
it.
But if I know they're there, it's...
I don't think it's the worst.
and I didn't hear anything because I mean, of course, they were all speaking Orcish, but there was one orc there with some really crazy claws on one of his hands.
Did you make note
Was
of
it like a weapon device, or was it just
No,
actual
it was
claws?
actually claws, like, ejecting out of his fingertips.
Okay.
That sounds
That.
painful.
Would that resonate with me in any way?
Eh,
Nope.
Okay.
resonate
That's
with
not
me.
normal.
yeah, it looked very strange.
Aye,
Yeah.
needs
Uh,
better
Humble them.
hygiene.
And that rift
You're not wrong.
looks like kind of like the one Malachi would open in Rifter's Eye. It was very uniform. It had runes written along the ground.
So
near
it was
it.
stable.
Yeah.
We should go back and see that. Ooh. Right.
I'm going to step on you.
To be fair, we could just put a glammed out amulet in it, and we know that shit will definitely fucking
Aye,
destroy
well, one of the
itself.
issues, it might not destroy itself, it might become unstable and,
In turn,
Hello?
eat the town.
yeah, rip reality into, but...
It will try and eat the town. It's not. Listen, okay, we'll just.
We start a bunch of fires,
Aye, well...
and then throw a wonky amulet in
Hold
there.
on, stop this. That was my idea. I had that idea first.
She was joking. Yours
You
was
all
serious.
shut-
I actually was serious.
Shut up!
Aye, you're not in character yet.
I am in character, Dio. I am so far into character. That's actually not a bad idea if everything goes south. The last thing we want to do is to let reinforcements from that thing get here to to go off and follow their buddies up north.
Alright, fair enough.
If
Hold
shit
on.
goes south, fuck that rift. Fuck us. Fuck everything here.
Aye, if we do set fires...
We're not setting fire.
If we set fires, it was my idea. I had the idea when we were taking on those goblins in whatever town that was, back at the Rifter's Eye. Aye.
Okay, if I can make a suggestion, because I know my plans have worked so well in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen, we didn't die last night, so I feel like I'm on the mend. So, same thing as last night. A couple of us go invisible. They go towards the rift. Others kind of, stay towards the other side. Maybe make a small distraction. Not necessarily anything big that they would hopefully, come attacking. Invisible team goes ahead and tries to shut the rift. I stay with the visible team because then I can pop us back to invisible.
The only thing I'd be worried about is even if we do close the rift, we'd have to. There was a sizable unit garrisoned there.
Aye. Hold on, I have an idea. Alright. I'm the quietest. Maybe Kaine's a little bit quieter, but...
I am.
Right. Aye, can you fly, Kaine? Right, you can't.
No.
Aye, I fly in, I take care of my business, and I fly out. Invisible.
I'm not...
why don't a couple of you guys, specifically those of you who have arcane knowledge, because I'm not going to be able to do it, sneak in invisible, check out the rift, see if there's a way that you can destabilize it without drawing attention to yourselves, and or close it. The rest of us will go in through the city.
That's what
Town.
That's literally what they said.
Exactly.
Alright, glad it was my idea. Alright, I guess...
I turned it...
I can't
to-
really sneak, although at the same time...
That's why you're
You're
not going to be
invisible.
invisible. You're not going to be
Alright.
invisible team. You're on the other team.
Aye,
Yeah.
fair enough. I guess, Syphos for Team Invisible again.
Great.
I'll take
Can you fly when
Leofin
the
and
float
Kaine, and we'll go into town. The
That's what's-
three of you.
I'm not sure about the 3. I think the 2 should be fine.
I mean, I'm an orc. I could...
It's
half.
Not, it's not that. It's the half part I'm worried about.
Yeah.
She
half.
needs to go with you and be invisible.
Again, it's the sneaking around
Oh,
part
yeah,
that's
sneak
going
team.
to be an issue. I'm
Allow me
worth-
to reenact Vola sneaking.
here.
Okay, you know what? Once we land, I can cast silence.
Here's,
Oh,
here's-
right.
then we can't use magic.
Aye, that's fair.
We'll just have to put our amulets in there.
We have to turn back invisible, and I need to be able to talk.
I cast it away. And you just step out.
Why don't
and
you
then step back in?
Why
How
don't
about
you
this?
cast
You can go in and out
fly
of it.
How
on-
about this?
Why don't you cast fly on Vola? Because then she's not walking and she can't make noise.
I mean...
Just,
Or just
cast
levitate
levitate
her.
and pull me with a string.
Oh, right.
Or,
You could just let this be a two-person team.
or,
Invisible
if
human
everyone's insistent on 3s, Dio, myself, Kaine. We have some muscle. We don't have unnecessary sneak, because I will probably be weighing us down at that point. But I'm not clanky. So,
Aye, just to give you some information, I will only be able to cast fly on you.
that's fine.
Or unless Kaine wants to carry the both of us.
I will be able to at least turn us all invisible twice.
Alright, fair enough.
So,
Are we Team Badass again?
no. We
Aw.
are Team Invisible.
Fair enough.
So, Leofin, Vola, Byrdi. You're going to be walking through the town, maybe not making a scene, but if something goes south,
It didn't seem like they had any guards posted near the entrance of the town.
exactly. That's why I'm hoping we can draw them a little ways away from us. Maybe give us a bit of breathing room. Now, that's if anything goes south. If you start hearing alarms, cause something. And I know it's going to be hard, but you're going to have to try.
You know, eventually, if I really wanted to sneak, I could.
I'm not denying it. I've seen you sneak before, and it worked once.
I mean, to be fair,
I've added a whole bunch of beholders sneaking behind them. Thank you very much.
Sneaking, just kind of walking through and then not noticing. 2 different things.
You know, I haven't been to Estonia, asshole.
I
And you're
mean,
not wrong.
So I could technically just go through the fucking ground.
It's dirt.
Or through the walls, yeah.
It's same difference.
No.
I mean, to be fair, if you don't leave any
I'm keeping up the
witnesses,
stone.
Vola.
That's the thing. You get to make big loud noises. You get to do your thing.
Oh, I'm an orc, apparently. I just make big loud noises.
Oh, I just meant because you're
Fucking
Vola.
assholes.
I meant because you're Vola.
you don't think humans aren't destructive?
Okay, so is everyone not okay, but is everyone agreeing to the plan?
I'm agreeing.
Alright.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
it-
guys can't safely close the rift,
Get the hell out.
get the fuck out. Don't put yourselves in extra danger just to close it. And Kaine, for the love of God, do not go looking for tentacle monsters. There are no tentacle monsters in the desert, and you know it.
No promises.
That's the
What
best. Re-
actually happened with her tentacle?
it's
It
rotted
rotted,
away.
and I threw it away.
It's rotted. Go. Why are we bringing it up? She keeps crying every time.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna tether the Aurochs here.
Clive, I guess since you're the most intelligent animal, you'll be in charge here.
I feel like he's the most intelligent creature here.
Oh, that might be correct.
You're not wrong.
Hold on.
This goat knows Sphinx.
Yeah, his intelligence is 10, so
He's-
it's
yeah,
on
he's
par.
on
with-
par.
He's on par.
Okay.
Clive is
I'm fine with that.
in charge of guarding the aurochs.
Looks at the aurochs, looks at you, and you
Steak and
can,
pork chop just kind of goes.
you can see the look on Clive is like the look of a older sibling that just been told that they got to babysit two shitheads. Just like, whatever.
Fine, Mom. Go.
Don't you backtalk me. Bah.
Chews on grass.
Where'd you find grass?
He pulls it from his
We have
pocket.
hay.
You just pulled it from the ground. Where'd you find it?
He buried his head deep underground.
Found that grass seed. Grew the grass.
Grew the-
He knows
Oh my-
druid expels.
I was about to say, he knows Druidcraft.
No, it wasn't magic. It was pure willpower
He willed the grass into
of existence.
Okay.
Alright.
So, here's our next question. Which gate do we need to go through?
No, hopefully you don't have to go through it.
Aye, no gates for us. Aye, in and out, remember?
Okay. Is everyone ready?
What time is it during the day at this point?
It's around like after your investigation and all that stuff, it's coming about 3:45, about 4.
Getting into evening.
Do we want to maybe wait till nighttime?
Aye, well maybe Team Invisible will.
Leoben,
Yes.
did you by chance see the orc's eyes?
When I was on the well, would I have noticed that?
The one with claws did have red eyes, but the other two did not.
That one creepy guy with the claw hand had red eyes, but the other ones I saw there, at least next to him, didn't.
Okay, so me having normal eyes is completely okay.
Right.
Okay.
I was prepared if I needed them,
Oh, yeah.
but
No,
it's good to know that I don't.
I can't paint those on.
Through homology, I do it self-willingly. It's
Oh,
fine.
right. That's
Right. Well, y'all wait for nightfall if you think that's going to make it easier for you.
Much.
The rest of us are going to head in, see what we can find out.
Orcs have dark vision, though. I mean, if they see you, they see you. Either way, it's not.
But when invisible, hopefully nighttime plus invisibility trying to sneak around the rift will help.
I think I might have something. Didn't you give me the amulet of dark vision for that Christmas special? It had like 3 charges.
Oh yeah, your charm?
Yes.
I don't like how he said that.
What?
I was about to say how you said it sounded like, oh yeah, if you use it, you're gonna die, but it's okay.
No, I bit my lip when I said charm. I was like, charm? Oh.
I was like, oh okay, well,
Play it off.
you're about to die.
Hi. Anyway, I got this charm from when we were
Murdered in our sleep, yes.
kinda. If you use this, you'll be able to see it in dark vision. You only got 3 charges on it, so make it count, obviously.
Okay.
We'll wait around nighttime and be sneaky sneak.
Okay.
Good luck, you guys.
You'll do.
Good luck.
See you all on the inside.
Alright, so, as the party splits up.
Sounds like you just love hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never split the party. Okay, we're not going to sing it. Copyright. King copyright. Okay, so, as the party splits up, we are going to go ahead and go with team... What you calling yourself?
Team actual muscle.
Team action.
All of the tanks are together.
Yeah,
you
the
guys.
tanks.
Yeah, Team Tank. Yeah.
Team tank.
Team Tank.
I mean, I guess now Dio's the tank for team sneaking around. That's
What are you talking about? I got my cube. I can take
I've got my
everything.
cube.
All right, so Team Tank make their way on foot towards Houpetor Springs. After about 30 minutes walking, you make it into the beginnings of town. You can hear people moving here and there. Some are tending to wildlife, not wildlife, they're domesticated. I am sorry. Tending to sheep and such. And others you can hear inside. You can hear these banging of what might be a anvil of someone working in town. But a majority of it is pretty quiet and pretty somber. And it looks like what is probably a normal day for these people. Definitely not the town you remember.
Well, this is just depressing.
Yeah, it doesn't look much better from down here.
Do I see anybody that I recognize?
Give me a perception check.
I'd assume you told me you're looking for somebody. Oh wait, I wouldn't know them anyway, so I can't help.
You wouldn't even know what they look like.
All Dragonborns the same.
Draw me a
You're
sketch of them real
racist.
quick.
I mean, Byrdi
Dio.
probably could.
Yeah, Dio's not here.
He also doesn't know what they look like. Oh, why am I rolling 2?
I don't know.
A 2.
That's you.
Plus 1.
Well, as you're walking around, you
Yep.
you are distracted by the outcome of looking at things that you used to know so well. The old drinking house completely torn down. That building where you went and played with a couple of the neighborhood kids out behind it is now just a shell of a building. And just other little things that are so different that it feels like your memories are alien.
I'll tell you one thing, it's doing wonders for my angry persona. Alright, yeah, I guess at this point, Byrdi, with, Byrdi, not Byrdi, looks really angry, like, at the world. Like, just, like it's a natural face. Like, she is resting bitch face, but it's bad.
And as you do so, another part of what was making it hard to discern any recognizable faces, most of the people that you're passing by are seeing your group and just kind of like heads down. As they get closer, you can see them almost hurry up as if they're trying to look at busy with some task that they need to get done right now and continue forward, just trying to not draw any attention, but doing so in the process.
Right. I'm gonna grab the first dragonborn that I see.
Okay.
Take your pick.
There are many to choose
Yeah,
from.
well, yeah. Specifically a metallic
Okay.
scaled dragonborn.
All right. So as you are...
Bronze if I can.
Okay. As you're walking down the street, noticing all these things and seeing passersby just trying to get out of the way, you do see a bronze dragonborn, quite a bit younger, starting to walk around a corner and seeing your group, head immediately going down, and begins walking not towards you, but trying to cross the street and go around you. You walk up to this like cut him off, and he stops, looks up at you, and
I pick him up by the scruff of by the front of his tunic and just hoist him up into the air, like eye level with him.
okay. You can see out of the corner of your eye a couple of Dragonborn stop and watch this process.
I glare at them.
Give me an intimidation check.
God.
With advantage.
Yeah, with advantage, because you look orcish.
And she looks like she's about to go full on orc on somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm
Whoa.
not even an orc.
That's racist. Oh, that's
Much better.
much better.
As 21.
21 a while. Okay, so
Every time.
That meme will
I
never die.
want to find where the fuck that came from.
I have no idea.
But
It's 21 Jump Street.
Was it 21 Jump
Was
Street?
it
Oh,
one?
shit.
21.
Now you know.
All right. So, as you give this glare, one of a green dragonborn kind of looks at you, sees your eyes, and just feels you can see his knees just starting to shake, wibble wobble, and then he looks down and just continues walking forward, keeps going. The other one is kind of staring back at you. You can tell that they're scared shitless, but they look you in the eye and they look back at the young dragonborn being held up and are standing their ground.
Are they standing their ground, or are they just too terrified to move?
Bit of both.
Little combe, little combe.
Yeah. So you are holding this younger dragonborn. At a closer inspection, they look to be probably around 13 years old, around that age. And you hold them up to your face and...
You're awfully shiny. What are you doing? Where are you running to?
I was fetching the flower for my master. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Who's your master, boy?
Fire Torse. He is expecting for Adir to make some sweet roast.
Deer? You have a name?
No, I have not earned a name. Adir is his baker.
Useless. And I literally toss him up to the side, like hard enough that and when I put him on the ground, I shove him into the building that we're closer to, and then I keep walking.
Okay. As you do so,
What did he say his dude's name, his master's name was?
Fire Terson. So you push this young dragonborn into the wall, and you, again, out of the corner of your eye, you can see this other dragonborn. As you walk away, you can hear their footsteps come closer and almost talk to this younger dragonborn and begin leading them off down the street.
Okay, so Byrdi is gonna grimace as she looks really quickly at Leofin, does like a really, really quick under her breath sigh, spins and kicks the green dragonborn who's helping the kid up.
Not a green dragonborn.
That's the one you said was
The green
holding his
dragonborn
ground.
ran away.
Okay,
green dragonborn
what
fucked off.
what color was the other one?
The other one was a bronze.
Is bronze?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So she's gonna spin and kick him.
Kick the. Give me an attack.
So it's basically just, hears him coming up behind, just goes. And just, like, fucking kicks the shit out.
Roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
All right.
Roadhouse.
Oh, thank God.
+4 to hit.
No, it's pretty. I have a +6 to hit.
Oh.
So 15.
15?
Surprisingly.
Yeah. No. You spin around and your foot catches the side of this Dragonborn's face, and you can just hear a whack as the Dragonborn, their head cracks against the stone wall and they land onto the ground. The younger Dragonborn kind of rushes up and is holding on to the tunic of the one that you had just dropped.
Yep.
And looks up at you and then looks back down. And from the reactions of people around here, this is not an uncommon occurrence.
I feel like I've broken her.
Get on with your errand, boy. Go.
The small dragonborn clutching the tunic, you can see tears like welling up in the corners of his eyes, and he looks at you and he stands up and he gets between you and the dazed dragonborn on the ground and just mean mugs you in the face and just stands up and is like, no.
Do I get a better look at the one on the ground?
The one on the ground is probably around. Yes.
Sorry. As he does that, I kind of like step up behind Byrdi, like, bitch, the fuck you just say?
And I just put up one hand real quick, and I'm like, hold on.
I feel like I'm living in the 1960s.
Please don't. I hate this.
I want everyone to be uncomfortable.
Bitch, we're here for our money. Where's it at?
So, the Dragonborn that is dazed and on the ground looks to probably be around their early 20s.
Okay.
And you can see what might be some similar, familiar facial features among the two.
Right.
And the young Dragonborn is just standing his ground. You can see him shake a little bit as Vola kind of mean mugs him from over your shoulder, and he is holding, just staying there.
Leothan,
Yes.
bring him with us. And I turn around and head towards the hollowed out building that used to be the bar.
Okay. So, are you're talking about the
I'm
one
talking
that was
about the
drowned?
boy.
The boy?
Grab the boy.
Okay. You just leaving the dude
Yep.
on the ground?
Yep.
Okay.
He's dazed. I don't care.
All right. So, Leofed.
Don't, yeah,
I kinda look at Vola
air
and I
quotes,
kinda-
don't care.
I look at Vola and I kind of gesture like, can you give me a hand here?
Does this elf fucking just nod at me? I pushed Leofin's shoulder, worthless, and I grabbed this kid.
Just like under one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
You potato sack carry this fucking kid under your arm, and he struggles a little bit, like beating at your chest plate, and then gets a decent blow like right in your solar plexus. It's just like you cough a little bit, and like give the kid a little bit of a shake, and that's something I thought I would say tonight.
Yeah, you shake the kid a little bit.
Shake the
Shaking
kid
down
just a little
children.
bit.
Shake the little bastard.
He gets a. You can see his world just kind of shake up a little bit, and you drag him off into the hollowed out building where Byrdi is waiting.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
So it's like they kind of just like throw him on the ground.
Let the torture begin.
Alright, so state of this building. What does it look like on the inside?
On the inside, it is mostly emptied out. There isn't even really a wood floor anymore. It's rotted away. There's no ceiling in most of this area has no ceiling to it. And you do have 3 walls, at least. One was a wall, but now there's a big hole, the one you walk through. And there is the semblance of a bar over on one of the other on the wall across from the hole.
Okay. Windows, doors, what was that?
Not really any windows. They're just holes in the walls, and the door is literally next to the hole you just walked through.
Cool. Does it look like there's anybody who's trying to looky-loo inside?
Give me a perception check.
That's not bad. 15?
15? Currently, it does not look like anybody is trying to eavesdrop. As far as you can tell.
Leofin, keep an eye out.
And stand watch kind of over by that hole we just walked through.
Okay. Just
Just
leaning
post it
against
up.
leaning against the wall.
I picture him trying to like look really intimidating. Like tries to fold his arms. He's like,
Puts him on his hip instead.
tries to do a mean mug. Just.
Tries to cross his arm, but does the Macarena.
How did I end up here?
Okay. So the young Dragonborn, pulling themselves back together, finally, like scrambling up to their feet, and staring both you and Vola. Now that their brother is not really anywhere nearby, you can see the fear more so taking over, and his legs are shaking, his hands are shaking uncontrollably, and he is just staring at both of you, and you can see the look of, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Yep. So I'm going to stalk over to him. You know that really intimidating way that somebody stands over you, even if they're not taller than you,
Mm-hmm.
where it feels like they're looming over you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that feeling, Mom.
You're welcome. Did you clean your room, Jonathan?
My mom is literally like 5 feet. She can still do that sometimes.
I know, it's
For real.
terrifying,
I'm
right?
just like, how do parents have this ability?
It's like grandmas in their goddamn flip-flops.
Never experienced that.
You've never been afraid of your abuela? Never?
No.
She didn't grab the fly swatter enough.
Yeah.
Y'all realize I didn't visit my grandma? 30 minutes away, so we're gonna do it.
She
Alright.
shook the wire end of the fly swatter at me.
This is the most terrifying sound on the planet. Is that?
Oh my gosh.
All right. So loom over this kid, and I bring my hand back, and I bring my hand up really quickly, and I grab just underneath his jaw, and I get a little closer, and I swing one finger around to put it on the top of his beak, essentially. That way he can't just open his mouth and fire breath me. And I look him right in the face, and I say, "You're pretty brave. And if there were any other circumstance, I'd probably like that. Unfortunately, I'm here on business. So, now that you've put yourself here, I have 3 questions, and you're going to answer them for me, or I'm going to take every single scale off your body one by one. I'm going to chop you up in little pieces, slice you and dice you, and eat you whole. And then I'll feed your bones to my druid.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you get advantage. As a scared little kid.
If I used to hear this, I kind of glance back like, what?
It's like, excuse me.
While she's doing that, Leofin, give me a perception check.
Sorry, my phone is just not working.
Nah, you good?
Also, Vola, what are you doing at this moment?
Watching this kid pee his pants?
Yeah.
I'm wondering where the fuck did this come from?
Just occasionally like watching the child, and as she goes on her little rant, just kind of like look out any other like openings to see if someone's like peeking through or something.
Okay.
She's looking away 'cause she's just like, damn, what the
She's
fuck?
just like, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't do this. But if you laugh menacingly like you're laughing at the kid's life.
All right.
Stupid child.
So, what were the rolls?
16.
16, Byrdi?
15.
15 for life. Okay. Alright. So, Leofin, you do see, and probably because they might have a concussion, the tail of a bronze dragonborn, like, trying to sneak around the corner and possibly to one of the windows. Byrdi, this kid straight pisses themselves.
Figured as much.
Jesus.
And you can probably assume that they will be compliant.
You did this to me, Syphos. Congratulations.
I was about to say, I'm so proud, but at the same time, I'm terrified.
Alignment change? Question mark?
Good boy. First question. How many other guard are in town?
And you take your
And I take
Hands.
just the finger off the top.
just the finger off the top.
Still have his bottom jaw. Take just the finger off the top. Because if I let go of his bottom jaw, he's gonna fall on his ass.
There is maybe 5, 6 guards town. They don't. No one's fought back for a while. So they just let us be for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Who's your chronicler?
We don't have one.
I twitch.
The fort has someone who does the histories. So, I don't know them.
Last question. Adrakin. How many are left?
Maybe. And you can hear someone from out the window. Were you doing anything about the guy sneaking around?
Yeah, I was waiting for a moment I was going to sneak around up behind him.
Sneak around. Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, let's see if I can do it. Oh yeah, sweet plus 0.
Awesome.
Same.
9.
9. Okay. So
9 means no.
What are you sneaking up?
natural 19. I don't think so. So
What are you sounding like the Pink Panther?
as you're tiptoeing. Oh, melody, copyright. As you are sneaking, tiptoeing closer, the Dragonborn looks in your direction and is like, oh shit, and starts climbing through the window.
Great.
Falls on his ass. And he
Better on his ass than
starting
his
to scramble up, and he looks at you and he's, There are 3.
I roll my head over and I look at Vola.
You make one noise and your head comes off.
His mouth like shuts so quick you can hear a click, and his eyes go up wide. He looks at you, is like waiting for it to come.
Names. What are their names?
Which one are you asking?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Come on, baby, what's the name?
Okay, so there is Donar. He's the one writing the he's the scribe or whatever for the
On with it! Names!
Donar, the one who's in the fortress, his Syphos. His wife is also lives in the fortress. Another older one, not sure if he might be dead by this point. Dorka.
I'm sorry. Dorka?
Dorka is on the edge of town. He's not been well.
Good. There's one more, Joaquin. A human brat. No, you're too young. You would have seen her. It's a shame.
I look at the other one.
Which house is Dokarian? Speak, boy, or every scale comes off your brother.
It's the most western building in town. It's right on the edge. It has a blue rafter on outside of it.
I know it. Bola. Heal the idiot. Be up and let's go! And I
Alright.
let go of the kid and just kind of like push him backwards gently. So he just kind of falls on his butt.
Okay.
And then I leave.
I wish that it worked out. I wanted to sneak up with him with my quarterstaff and like pull it around his neck and like drag him back into the room. But it didn't work out at all.
Wait a minute, I hear ominous Pink Panther noises behind me.
You really need to quit humming
I only
that when
did 4
I'm
damage. So you
sneaking.
don't have to
Yeah.
You're like Kronk.
I do cure wounds on the dude, and he gets full health back. I rolled a 3, and it's plus the word plus 3.
he healed for 6.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
words are hard, man.
Numbers are hard.
I was like looking at it, but I was like looking at the names, and I'm like, why don't the names have the numbers?
Come on, baby, what's the name?
Words and things and stuff.
And so after that, and I start walking out, I stop. And I turn around, and in a quiet voice, I don't want anybody outside of the building to hear it. I say to the 2, the one who's scared shitless and the one we just healed. Are you tired of being slaves?
The older one looks at you, and you can see in his eyes that
Yeah.
the words the words that are about to come out of his mouth, probably not the ones he really means, but no, we live to serve.
Good. If you hear, brave boys, if you hear the name Byrdi Ajarakin, take up whatever arms you can and kill your master.
Hey.
And she turns around and walks out.
I just gotta say, holy shit, chills. Jesus Christ.
As you turn away to walk out, you can see like this questioning look on his face, like, what's about to happen? And y'all walk out and begin your way towards the outside of town.
To the house with the blue rafters.
This whole incident took about like 30 minutes to happen. It's now getting to be
Took us
around
30 minutes to get to town. So
Yeah.
it's about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's getting around that time. Y'all are getting to the town, or you're getting to the house right about the time when Team Sneaky Snack.
I refuse.
No, I like it. I like it.
don't
Let's
worry,
go
I
with
actually-
sneaky snack.
I
That
do
sounds
have
good.
snacks.
Reach the fort. Y'all are a good like 150 feet away from the wall, in a bit of a spot that you're pretty sure no one's seen you like coming up to it. The sky is just, there is a little bit more of a sliver of a moon right now, but it's not really illuminating anything around here. This is as good as you're going to get for quite a while.
Alright.
Alright, Syphos. Here's the list of spells I've got for you. So you got that charm, let you see in dark, you got 3 charges. Please don't waste them all.
I promise I won't. How long does the dark vision last?
That's not 10 minutes, so
Okay. So,
I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait,
count.
maybe.
Can we just say it last 10 minutes?
if it lasts more than 10 minutes, we're taking more than 10 minutes, sorry.
Let's say less than now.
I was about to say, I'm gonna say it's about an hour.
Okay, well, sure.
It lasts 8 hours.
8 hours.
If it's
Okay.
just casting the spell, then it lasts 8 hours.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm
perfect.
pretty sure it is.
Okay.
casting
Alright,
spell.
alright, and you know, it lasts for 8 hours, so you shouldn't be using more than 1 charge. Also, I'm going to be giving you haste, let you move a little bit faster,
Give haste to Kaine.
and I'll probably give some to Kaine as well, because Lord knows she's moving too slow.
How long does haste last?
I believe it lasts a minute.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute.
Is haste a concentration spell?
Don't believe it is.
I didn't think it was, but I...
Because don't you get exhausted after that?
Yeah.
For basically like 6 seconds.
per round.
Yeah.
For 6 seconds, you just can't move. Alright, so the idea is cast haste on you. You fly, you can go very fast. Flying, you can move at least 60 feet per second. With the haste, you can get 120. Just by base movement, and you get to.
Use concentration.
What is haste?
Yeah, you can only cast it 1 person at a time.
Oh, well. Okay. I'll
Also, fly is concentration.
That is also
Falls.
Alright.
true. That is also true.
I can't do 2 concentrations. Alright.
Is Will, even though it's through his sit turn?
Nope. It's still
So concentration.
him needing to concentrate on the spell.
Right. So what I'm going to do is cast fly on you, and you're going to go over the wall. You're going to close the portal, and you're going to fly back.
So I'm going by myself?
Well, I can't fly everyone over.
Or, how about this? We go invisible. We go to... Or, Kaine, are you very strong?
Of course.
Can you cast fly on 2 people? Or at least levitate on more than 1 person?
Well, I can cast levitate on 1 of you, and I can only cast levitate on 1 person and fly on 1 person, and then I don't have any more charges for the rest of the day.
How about this? Cast levitate and fly on me. Kaine can pull us. Because she's strong and fast naturally. We'll just slow it down. I'll slow it down. You will be able to keep up with us and fly.
Alright, well, I'll have to cast levitate on you then, and I cast fly on myself then? Alright, I guess we could do that.
It's levitated concentration spell.
Don't believe it is.
I
Please
don't,
don't.
I don't think
Should've-
levitate
I
is.
should have gone with y'all. We could have just tunneled under the.
Yes, they're all
to the very
concentration
center.
Oh,
spells.
for
Ah,
fuck's
fuck.
sake.
That would have been a better idea, actually. I wasn't thinking about the tunneling part.
A little bit of problem with that. Can't levitate and fly people at the same time. Sorry.
Okay, so we're just gonna go invisible. We're going to make our way up to the rift, close it, get the hell out.
All right, fair enough. I guess if all things go terribly wrong, we'll cast Fly on Kaine and she can drag us out.
Can't I just like carry Dio while Syphos just levitates?
Yeah, actually, she can carry.
Because
Yeah.
Dio was pretty small, so.
Oh, so levitate
Syphos.
Syphos, Kaine carry Dio.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah,
have a rope tied. Have
Yeah.
a rope tied to Syphos, and you just drag a Syphos kite behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like a train just in the air, just.
Okay, you can try this out. How long does levitate last?
Yeah, I think 10 minutes, but
Because we're coming in from the
One action.
east gate.
yeah,
right?
no, the
East
how
would
long
be
do you
Like the
last?
duration.
10 minutes.
East would be towards
Yeah.
town.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Because we're coming from the east, right?
That means you would have to go through the town up to the fort.
Yeah.
You can head in through the southern eastern gate, which is there's no town. There's like just a little bit of a couple of houses, but there's not really Houpetor Springs right there.
Stop.
That's going to take way more than 10 minutes, though, to get up there.
Nah.
To walk there,
To get up to the rift?
to get up to the rift, probably.
Yeah.
Nah.
Or there is another
mean-
option.
How about I use Step of the Wind to
Alright.
get there
Just-
faster?
Sprint. Okay, if you're carrying Dio, you're gonna have to use Step of the Wind just to move your regular 45, because your movement will be cut down to half.
Alright, here's the thing. I can distract one side of the fort while you two sneak in and try to close the rift. That would at least concentrate all their forces to one side. I'm very fast. Maybe not as fast as Kaine, but
Dio, normally I would say that's a terrible idea. But in this case, honestly, it's something I can think of.
ooh,
So,
the things I could do though. How am I
You're
gonna-
unleashing Dio onto the fort.
do not destroy Houpetor Springs, though. Do
Oh,
not
no.
destroy the town.
I'm going to run in. I'm gonna run in a different direction.
As long as you don't destroy the town, I am okay with it. Please just don't get yourself killed. I do not want to be blamed for Vola having to bring you back.
Hi, well, you tell her what happened.
No.
Idea of the situation.
Touche, she'll understand. Okay. Alright.
We had all this done, but we didn't plan at all. Yay.
We planned it.
It's fine.
And then we realized, oh, hey.
Oh, hey, the mobile excavator went with the other team. Fuck.
Oh, no, it wasn't even that. It was the fact that I didn't think levitate was going to be a concentration. I was like,
Everything on his Saturn is a concentrate.
yeah, so I'm sitting there noticing. I'm like,
It's all from concentrate.
Whoops. I need to take a
It's
long
pure
rest.
concentrated.
Do you believe in magic?
Okay, so talking over the plan, you think to yourself, what would Byrdi do? And decide on a slightly different course of action, I assume. Are y'all heading to the northern portion of the fort?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go up to that northern part closest to the rift.
Okay. Traveling over there, it takes y'all about making sure that no one sees you on the wall. It takes you around 35 minutes to get over there.
So we're not like walking around like this.
No, you're not.
Shimmy across.
We got a whole group of people falling behind us.
They would see you through the matriculations.
Yeah. Good God.
I don't think they put any matriculations on the Arabic forts.
Sadly, no.
No, we don't like matriculations. I'm sorry.
Matriculations.
So, y'all are at the northern portion of the fort. You can see the very square part of the wall that is jutting out of the rest of the fort. You can hear a slight, just ever so slight, kind of like almost cooing noise coming from in there, but it's not something that you can. It's not distinct enough for you to really be able to make it out. And you can also see the very large rift that is poking above the wall.
How high off the ground is this rift?
The rift, if you had asked Leafin earlier, looks like it goes into the ground. It looks like it's coming out of this circular stone ritualistic spell, and then just comes up into a spirally kind of point with little tendrils just like inching out of the rift itself, kind of reaching into the world.
Fuck.
Okay, so
You can also see a few of the stealthy boys they all had faced before in the tower walking the wall. And give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Whoever wants to do a perception check.
who has the best perception before
I think it might be Dio. Let me check.
I have a +1.
I have a +4.
Kinda.
Tiny?
+2.
Okay, so...
So we're all helping, so you get advantage.
Oh, thank goodness. That's not much better. 12.
12. Okay, so you do see them walking. You see two of them like passing by each other and walking into the other spheres, going, you can see what is probably the same ones continuing out of those spheres at these two far corners and walking down south along the wall. And then as you're watching, you can see them go about halfway and then start heading back up. And it looks like they are on a patrol. It takes them about 10 minutes walking this wall each way.
I relay that information, telling them the window and such. The window of time we have.
Okay. So, I can go ahead and cast invisibility on this now. We are saying, I fly up there, tie off rope, Kaine, you hop on Kaine climbs y'all up.
I mean, it might not be the best idea. I think my invisibility requires concentration.
You mean your fly?
No, my invisibility.
I can do invisibility on all three of us.
All three of us? Alright, no problem then.
And it is concentration, but
Yeah,
you're
fair
doing
enough.
one thing.
Alright, whenever you're ready, just give me the word and I'll fly you up there.
Alrighty.
Alright, we who are about to die salute ourselves.
It's been a pleasure serving with you.
It's been a pleasure serving with me.
And I cast invisibility on three of us.
Okay.
And before he does that, I cast fly on him.
Okay.
Cool.
I do it very light.
Very, very light plucking.
I just smacked the citern a little bit with my
Oh,
fingers.
just that. Bing.
No, I just hit the wooden part.
Oh, okay.
It's still
Just use it like a tiny drum.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It's still using it as an instrument, just not.
Yeah,
very
just not the one someone was expecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did anyone else hear two wooden thuds on a citern?
That's oddly specific.
Oh, no. Okay,
On
so,
a matchless thing?
yeah,
How'd they know?
even name it.
It's like,
Yeah. Okay, so
is this yours?
Syphos starts to rise into the air and casts invisibility so no one can see him majestically rise more. And,
I'm your god.
alright, what are we gonna do?
Okay, I'm gonna go back folding, grab a bundle of rope, fly up to the top.
Alright.
And
Did y'all wait for the window to have, like, maximum time?
yes,
Like,
yeah, we waited
they're-
for them to be heading south.
Like, they're... Oh, from the spheres going south, or just passing each other?
I assume just passing each other, right?
We're using maximum time.
Okay.
Maximum amount of time is possible.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna say it like that.
alright.
It's Jonathan, you gotta be specific.
I am specific.
Invisibility counts whatever you're holding, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure. Just like it's invisible for so long, and then the rest of the rope just appears.
It's like,
It's weird.
That's not normal.
Is that like a really scrawny snake starting to try and attack this fortress?
Should we call someone?
Shoot it.
nah, let it be. It'll be fine.
All right, so you fly up as the guards are passing each other and walking unknowingly to the other
I waved
spheres.
to him.
Rudely, they do not wave back.
Dicks.
All right, you land atop of the wall. What are you doing?
Is there anywhere to tie this rope off?
Right here, not really.
Okay. Can I see anywhere that might be good to tie off rope without being super suspicious?
Let's see. As you look down at the wall itself, you can see like these very round stud kind of beams that are poking out of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You see that and you think to yourself, okay, turn around and you walk to the other side of the wall and you can see another stud kind of poking out.
Perfect. So on either side of this walkway.
So on either side, yeah. If you're going to tie that off, give me a survival check.
Yay.
Actually, give me an intelligence sleight of hand check.
I don't know
Because you're tying a knot.
So intelligence plus sleight of hand? Or
It's
just sleight of hand?
it's
It's
Instead
sleight of
of-
hand based off of your intelligence
yeah.
modifier.
Instead of using your dexterity modifier, you use your
It's a
intelligence.
+0 either way.
Yeah.
I know. But still.
Cool.
Ooh, 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
I almost pooped myself. I was like, because I saw the one for a second, I was like, I was like, okay, cool, y'all are
I was
gonna
watching
die.
your face
This
and
is gonna
the
become the
dice, and I about had a
ASMR
heart attack.
episode.
Yeah.
This is our quietest Let's Play.
So you tie off a knot and kind of a slip knot, and you lower it down to this stud, hook it on, and then yank onto the rope, and it tightens around the stud, and it is gonna stay there, nice and snug.
Perfect.
Now what are you gonna do?
Kind of flying up a little further and seeing, like, the guards are still walking away, right?
Yes. At this point, they are starting to make it to the spheres. You flied up and went. Okay.
Fuck them knowing what that means.
If only the rope hitting the sand would give us any indication where the rope might be. Oh well.
So, if you're not holding the rope anymore, the rope is fully visible.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Can I ixnay saying I did the caca?
No.
Okay, cool.
So, you let go of the rope becomes visible, and you fly up into the air, and you go. It doesn't look like that drew any attention to you from the guards. Oddly enough, they're not very perceptive right at this moment.
Which is weird, because they're on guard duty.
Oh, that jackass is doing it again.
It's the monotonous part.
They're on guard duty and they didn't notice something?
I know, it never happens.
It's that monotonous part of the night where you're like, okay, well.
Do you want to play Dragon Chess, guys? Oh, shit. That's all we got.
So, Dio and Kaine, you can see the rope, and you heard a caw of something. I was just sitting here, I was like, y'all never specified how you're gonna signal this shit.
Didn't think about it.
I was assuming that once the rope hit the ground, we'd hear a psst and see sand go.
Yeah, okay.
Just cast
So,
fireball. They can't.
Kaine, Dio, are y'all
Fireball on the
going,
other side.
are y'all going to climb up the rope?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna need y'all both to make athletics checks.
Okay.
I thought Kanye was carrying him.
I think it'd probably be better if...
You want kind of carry you?
Sure.
We'll say
Okay.
if you want, you can climb it. I mean, you do your thing.
You have a +2.
I do have a +2.
It's up to you.
Kinda, what is your athletics?
It's 11.
+11?
No, she rolled.
No, it's
an
+5.
Oh,
It's +5 though.
alright. I'm gonna go by myself. And I'm gonna be like, alright, D, you got this. You got this, D.
Are you inspiring yourself?
I'm inspiring myself.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. 7, 3, 10, plus 2, 12.
12.
Excellent.
Weirdly enough, you climb better
Okay.
than kind of.
So,
Luckily, I weigh less, so.
yeah, it helps. You both climb up the rope. Not as fast as you were really hoping, but you do make it up there. The 2 guards have made it about halfway down their route south on the either wall heading south, and are getting close to starting to turn around and come back the other way. What are y'all doing?
Okay, they're up.
They're up.
Okay. Yeah, you two climb down. I'm gonna tie off another rope real quick.
Alright. And so I guess we sneak down.
Okay. The drop from the on the side of the wall that you're wanting to go down is 5 feet to a roof. And then from that building is about another 5 feet.
Okay.
You're just gonna jump off the...
I'm gonna, like, dangle myself and quietly.
Try and drop as
Yeah.
softly as possible.
Try and drop... Okay. Give me a stealth check, both of you.
Y'all got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a 1, dude.
got this.
You get a 1, I'm gonna kick you. Okay, no, you go
23.
23
23, 14.
and a 14.
I was gonna say, how tall is Granny?
Yeah,
She's
kind of
up.
might just be able to put her feet.
I was supposed to say, yeah, she's gotta be like, what, 6 foot?
Yeah, she's
Maybe
like over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Let me see the exact description. 6'2".
Yeah.
I was like,
So
yeah, for her.
she can just
drop. Literally just
drop herself. You can take that one with advantage, kind of.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh.
just means roll it again.
Because you can literally just try and softly lower
Just hang
yourself
your
down.
feet over, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 22.
That's way better because I rolled a 19. So
Oh, thank God.
Huh?
No, you good.
okay. So Dio hangs down, grabs that little stud, and kind of very softly comes down onto the tile of this roof, and using his knees as like impact springs, just bends down. Kaine literally just lowers herself down onto the roof.
Mhm.
You can both hear some rustling coming from inside this building, and that cooing, cawing sound you could hear from outside sounds like it's coming from quite a large creatures inside. Alright, the guards are now on their return trip heading back up to the spheres. What are y'all gonna do?
Does he still have fly?
Yes.
Okay, well,
I mean, it hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
yeah.
Once they come up and cross each other again, that's when you're gonna hit 10 minutes.
Yeah, Syphos just wants to tie off another rope and fly down, kind of like dropping it behind him. Not hardly, but just kind
Okay. Which side are you dropping down onto?
of inside.
Inside?
Yeah.
And you tied the rope off to...
I tied off the rope to the outside, and I'm tying another one on the inside so we can just climb up.
Okay, so there's no rope on the walkway.
No.
Okay.
No. That'd be stupid.
Alright. I just wanted to clarify.
No, I understand why.
Guards come walking by, even if they're not paying attention, they trip over a rope.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
You've got to put this up, didn't you, motherfucker?
Kaine, Dio, and Syphos, y'all are now on top of the roof. The guards are heading back up to the sphere and are just about to enter it. Y'all dropping down to ground level?
I would use my fly all the way down.
Okay.
Oh,
And
can we not count this 23 for the entire time?
for the 20. Yeah, no, we can count it.
All right.
It was mostly just for landing on this roof.
Sounds a lot quieter.
Yeah. It's a lot nicer. You all finally get down to ground level. You can hear the rustling of the large creatures inside, and you can see that these doors, with y'all being right there, you can see that these are very large sliding double doors. And the fences alongside on either side of you are probably about shoulder high on Syphos and Kaine, and are made of a very strong, sturdy wood. Probably oak. It's good wood. But, mahogany. Yeah.
Damn it.
Sorry, I just remembered that part. And oh my god, it's been so long.
Yeah. So, and on the inside of this fence, you can see sliding doors on both of the buildings connecting to this fence. There are also big, large sliding double doors on the other two buildings as well, all facing the rift.
Perfect. Okay, so here's the plan. I take off the Riftwalker amulet. Dio, you're going to close the rift.
Oh, me?
Yes, you're going to close the rift. I have my box that I'm going to turn on to where nothing can pass through.
If you don't mind, just cast a fireball on the other side of the fortress if anything goes wrong. Sound good?
100%.
All right.
I got you.
So I take the amulet and I'm like, yo, bitch.
You accidentally feel for his trunk for a second because y'all are still invisible.
No.
She's not wrong.
You can just drop the...
Yeah, I just drop it on the ground so it kind of like he sees where the sand is.
Okay. Well, as
it
soon as
also
you
would
don't
appear.
hold it, it
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah. It's like, there it is.
Okay, so with amulet in hand, Dio.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I also have my hand on the hex. So as soon as he starts opening it, slam the hex. The hex.
Okay.
Sorry.
Dio, amulet in hand, you walk up to the rift. You get closer, and you stick your hand into the rift and begin the incantation.
And that's where we're going to end it.
And that's where we're going to end it.
God damn it!
Ah, he called it.
Wow.
Oh man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is coming up to 1 o'clock.
Just go. Yeah, just give us that extra 20 minutes.
Just 10 more minutes.
I want to know.
Mom, I've got
Jonathan,
one
that's not how you-
episode left. Hey y'all, Amy here. Thanks for listening to the Ring of Contrarians podcast. New episodes come out on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month. You can listen to us anywhere fine podcasts are found and on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook at @ofcontrarians. We'll see y'all next time.